Hello, people. Um, well, I don't know what to say, but um, listen to music. Uh, this is my first live stream, and it's probably going to be a minute because I don't really have friends. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm hoping so. I really do. I hope the music ain't like a little bit too loud. Let me turn it down. Oh my God, I turned it off. But anyway, just hanging out. I really don't have nothing but, well, I do have a lot to say. I have a whole lot to say. And I see people, let's see, I'm looking at the numbers. I don't have nobody. And I think I forgot to plug my computer up. So give me a minute. If somebody's on here, please.
Please, I'm trying to speak. This is a misunderstanding.
I saw him carrying my iPhone while I was looking for it all around this hotel.
Yes, I was
Ah,
going to the reception. I found it while cleaning the tables.
well,
I've worked here part time.
I don't see nobody. Finally get
I know who you
the
are. User boy.
computer up.
No money, who wears the same
Um,
clothes every week and can't even afford a decent meal. And now he starts
huh.
stealing too. Manager, you have to fire him or
Well,
I'll just
well,
speak to
well.
Daddy.
You're fired, Al.
Okay. You can make me colder. The last time that I saw your pretty face. Some of y'all probably wondering why I'm wearing the mask. But I hope y'all can hear me. Anybody? Somebody? Well, I know this is a dog eat dog world, and I know that um, some people have to have a niche or whatever they call that. But it is what it is. I'm actually on here to feel better about a lot of things. And maybe some will relate, maybe some won't. But for those who can relate, you know, it has been a journey. It has been a real journey. And it's been tough. It's been very tough. And you know what? Even if I don't get nobody, I don't care. Because if this is recording me, then I got something to say. You know, I got something that I could tell my daughter. You know, well, since I put it in that perspective, then yeah, I do got something to say. Well, Alexis Bond, you have always been my heart. You have always been my heart and soul. You, ever since that I held you, the day that you was born, you just don't know. You gave me life. That's the first time that I ever felt alive in my whole life. And that's kind of good, but it's kind of sad too. And pardon me because I got the mask on, because I'm kind of subconscious about when I had my surgery. Um, I was bit by a spider, and so that's that's what happened with that. But enough with that. I'm not trying to jump onto another subject, but what I'm trying to say is that you always been my heart. You don't know the story. You don't know everything about what happened. You know, um, you were supposed to come to about 9 years ago. You were supposed to come to the hospital when I was having surgery. The reason why I fell off the map was because I became homeless. I had infection in my spine. I got a bad tattoo right here, and I ended up getting an infection, and it ended up going to my spine, and I couldn't go back to work. Lord knows I wanted to go back to work. I miss my wife. I miss you, you know. And for you to listen to this, hopefully one day you can understand that I never left you. I never left you. You know, and but anyway, I was living in the streets. I was in a I was in a wheelchair, Alexis. I was literally in a wheelchair, and I was sit at the corner of the Salvation Army. Sit there all day until 5:30. Well, actually, earlier than 5:30, so I can be the first in line. I had nobody out there helping me. Nobody. And I mean, I couldn't call you. I couldn't talk to you. I mean, literally, I was in a wheelchair, and I got proof. You know, um, it's in Mobile. But anyway, I ended up falling and going into. I forgot the hospital. I had to look it up for you. But I called you, and the doctors had told me to call somebody to let them know what was going to happen. So I called your mother, and she promised that she would bring you. She promised that she would have bring you to the hospital while I was having surgery, and she didn't. You know, and I'm sitting up there and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and they couldn't wait no longer. So what they did was they went ahead and had surgery, put me under, had surgery, and they ended up shipping me from Mobile to Choctaw. So I was paralyzed. I was literally paralyzed. And I worked hard every day for 3 months. Every day for 3 months to be on crutches. And if I would have stayed, if I would have literally stayed in the hospital, I wouldn't have been as bad off as I was when I came back to Mobile. And I know you heard a lot of things, and and I'm not trying to make no excuses. Um, but I just want to tell you, I love you. Always have. And for me, I was homeless for 3 years trying to get my disability. 3 years. I had help from nobody. And you might think that I ran away from you. I got a journal that I kept every freaking day to tell you I love you. What was going on then? What was happening in my life? Where I was. I slept on sidewalks to get back to you. I got out of the hospital, and if I would have stayed, I would have had my disability. I would have probably had a home to go to or whatever. And but I wasn't thinking. All I was thinking, I'm trying to get back home. I'm trying to get back to my daughter. And I had to get my sister to tell them that I was going to be leaving with her and living with her. And so they let me go. And I was like, got a bus ticket. And I was on crutches, Alexis. I was on crutches, baby. And I made it to Mobile. And you know where I slept? It was a dormitory for kids. I guess an orphanage or something like now. It's not that far from the Salvation Army. Because by the time I got to Mobile, it was late. I'm talking about it was late at night. And so I'm on crutches. Um, I got a few clothes that the nurses gave me. And I go over there to the behind and I curled up in the on the sidewalk there. And two police officers came and they were like, "You need to move." And I'm like, I said, "Can I just rest?" I said, "I just got off the bus." I said, "I just got out of the hospital." And I showed them my paperwork. Honest to God truth. And they were like, "Well, why didn't you stay there, Mr. Cotton? You have anybody here?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't have nobody but my daughter." I said, "My daughter needs to know I'm alive because I don't know if she knew I was dead or what." I mean, I tried calling your mom, and your mom just never picked up, never said anything to me. And that day that I called you, yeah, I messed up. I really did. I didn't take in consideration, and it's not no excuse. There is no excuse for what I did. It happened. I did it. I own up to it. But that night that I called you and told you about what uh, one of my friends was going to teach you, you know, and stuff like that, doing kickboxing and all that stuff, you know. But anyway, I was so happy, and I was drinking beer, and I was cooking, not just for me, but somebody else, and I ended up not thinking about what I was doing. It wasn't I was like piss poor drunk or anything like that. It was I was taking medication, and I only had 3 beers, and those 3 beers mixed with the medication messed me up. I didn't even know I was driving, and not just only did I hurt you, I hurt a friend. You know, I tried to apologize because I know I really hurt my friend, and I think about that every day. I think about how I hurt her, how I hurt you. I go to jail, and I'm in jail for 3 months, waiting for trial because of a situation that happened a long time with me and your mother. Actually, it was 4 years. Now that you're old enough, you can pull the record up when me and your mother went to court. You know, you're old enough now to understand, and the things that I hid from you about what was going on with me and your mother's relationship, you know, and there's nothing I could say, but, you know, I tried. But I'll tell you more about that situation on another day. But look it up. when I got my DUI. Look it up. I got a DUI, and then I later went to court with me and your mother, you know, and you can pull the transcript and read it. Everything that had to deal with me in that case, read it. I'm not going to tell you about it. I want you to read it for yourself, and you will see the things that really happened, not just from me saying it, you know. And you'll see why that I couldn't talk to you at the time. You know, I want to tell you, and I will, but I want you to read it for yourself. I'd rather you read it for yourself, you know. And everything that I tell you, I really want you to look and investigate it. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to say, oh, I left you like your mother said I did. You know, when your mother said, I left you have no clue of everything that transpired. You have no clue. And and I did. When I showed on Facebook the paperwork that I came down to go get to come get you, the music was going off, but you'll see. I came down there to get the paperwork to go to court and tell them that I wanted to get my daughter. And you will never know what that's like. I would tell you, I don't know if you remember. You remember when uh, I was living in Theodore and you came over and you was looking at my laptop and stuff, and I sat you down. Do you remember when I said, baby, one day we're not going to be able to talk? And I was like, this is who I am. Remember, I showed you cross cotton this. Matter of fact, this right here, this YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook and all that. You remember when I showed you all this? I don't know if you remember. And you said, oh, Dad, that's never going to happen. And I told you, this is how you find me. This is how you find me. Because it will happen one day. And I hope you can remember that. I was trying to prepare you for the day that it happened. I would leave like little snippets on Facebook when I would go to the library, and I would like on your birthday, I would tell you I loved you, you know, and I didn't leave you just like that. I didn't leave you high and dry because you know I loved you. You know you were my heart, always have been. And trust me, I did fight. I fought 3 years being homeless and hurt to get my disability. I fought hard. I fought real hard to get it, to let you have that, because I knew I couldn't go back to work. I was hurt. And it's been a journey. It's been a big journey. It's been a heck of a journey. I'm going to write a book.
Dare you touch me, you scumbag!
I want to tell you
Rose
about
looked in
it.
anger, but the
You
day
know, I'm
wasn't
going to
over
write a
yet.
book.
At night, when she
It's
went
going
for
to
a
be about
party
my
in the local
experiences.
club, Alex was there to
It's
attend
going to
her
be
fake
about
party.
everything that I gave up
How could you invite
to
that
be a dad.
scumbag among us?
And
Don't
I
you
know
have
you
any
never heard
standards?
that
This
before.
is
I
insulting.
know you haven't
Rose was
heard
sulking at
my
lunch
side
dinner when a
before
few boys at the club
because
started harassing
you've
her.
probably been told
Why, city
that I
dwellers,
ran out
villagers,
on you,
why don't you come
I
over
didn't
here?
pay for
You have
you,
a taste of
I didn't
mine.
care. You probably heard those things.
Rose was caught
But
off
that is
guard and
not
got
the truth.
scared. But just then,
That is
Alex
far
landed a
from the
punch on the
truth.
guy's face. Enraged, the guys attacked
You
Alex
know,
all at
I
once.
got that
But
journal,
surprisingly, he overpowered
and
them
it will
all,
show
beating them black and
that
blue
all I
before
thought
getting them
about was
thrown
you.
out. His classmates, however,
Somebody
instead
gave
of
it to me
supporting
when
him, started
I got
shouting at him.
baptized at this
You going
church,
crazy? You just
and
he belongs to one of the oldest
and said,
mafia families.
"Why don't you
Dude,
write a
you have to
journal
apologize to his dad, or else
so
you
you can have
apologize
it
for
to
being
give your
present."
little girl?"
Alex agreed, but no
So
one knew that upon
that's what
reaching
I did,
comprehension, they would be in for a shock.
and I
Seeing
have lost
Alex, Bob's
everything.
father turned immediately white,
I have
walked
lost
towards him, and said,
everything.
Mr. Alex, sir, it's a pleasure
You
to have
know,
you here.
I mean, I
You
have
should have called me. I would
everything.
have presented myself at once.
Huh? What?
You know,
what just happened? Why did the mafia
but
family
the
head
year
down
that I was
back to
supposed to
Alex?
come get you,
Was Alex just pretending to be poor, or
I
was
was in
he
the
an even
hospital,
bigger criminal?
and
Who
I
was
got proof.
Alex, and what will happen when the
I
truth
got,
is revealed?
I can show
To
you.
find out, listen to the
You
blockbuster
know,
audio series Insta Millionaire,
and
only on the Pocket FM app.
I
Download
tried,
today.
I tried reaching out, and I was hoping that you would find me on Facebook. That's why I kept that Facebook up for years and years and years. And you know, only recently I started talking about your mother. Only recently I started talking about her. Because if I die, who's gonna know? Who's gonna care? Nobody. Nobody is gonna know the struggle that I had for you. You are my everything. The day that I held you in my arms was the day that I lived. And I nurtured you. I tried to give you what I never had because you were the beginning of a new life, not just for me, but for you and for my bloodline. You know, all I know was I didn't tell you to hate your mama. I didn't tell you to. I didn't down Rick. I didn't dog Rick out. Not to you. I might have did it to other people, but never to you. Because I didn't want you to hurt. I didn't want you to feel that pain like I did. You know, I didn't have a good mother. I didn't have a good mother at all. And now it's time for me to tell my side of the story. It's time for me to, and if I never talk to you again, I want you to know I love you. Always have. You're my heart. What did we used to say? You're my hurt. You're my hurt, Daddy. I live in the past every day. Every day. I run every scene of when you was growing up in my head. Every scene. You know. Oh my God. I remember I gave you your first bike ride. I had you on my back and I had a bicycle and your grandmother lived in this trailer where that's a story in itself. You know, I was majoring in criminal justice and your mother gave me an ultimatum to either stay in Mississippi and finish or leave and go to Mobile with her. But she was going either way. Now, I wanted to do it so bad. I wanted to stay so bad. But I knew what it was like to be ran out on. I knew what it was like to have somebody and not have nobody. And I didn't want that for you. It was me and your mother's relationship. It was it was something different. You know, and there's things that I come from a different generation. I come from a different generation, and it's no excuse. But all I know is you never talk about family business. You never talk about what's going on. And it was killing me. Only recently I started really talking about these things. Trying to I do TikTok to try to get it out using other people's voice. And so recently I realized I need to get my voice out. I need to tell my side of the story. I need to tell all the secrets of my family, of Christy and Rick. I think it's time for you to know you're 20 years old. You just turned 20 on March the 5th. You just turned 20. And that was the first time that I stepped out to really sing a song for you. My videos suck. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna say that they're good or this and people hype me up. Oh, your videos are good. They inspire me. I'm just gonna say they suck. They really do. But the ones that I make for you, they come from the heart. I just started doing TikTok for about a year now, a year or so or whatever. But it gave me a chance to speak out. And and I've been gradually over time learning how to talk about what's going on and what happened in my life, you know. And I got so many things to say. I got so many things that I want to tell you. And it gets jumbled because I'm just like, I want to tell you this. And I have to like try to slow down on what I'm going to talk about. And I don't even know what I'm going to talk about because there's so many things I want to tell you. So many. And but the one thing that I could tell you the most is I love you. I know that. I love you more than anything. And I know everything you heard, everything you've been told, and I never said nothing. I never, you never heard a peep from me, and I understand, and I accept it. I accept it, and I can't make amends enough, but just to tell you about the life that happened after I left Mobile, and everything can be verified. You know, everything I can tell, everything I'm going to tell you can be verified. You know, and I know you heard things about, oh, he's a drunk and he's this or he's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I know you remember the times that I used to cry. I know you remember the times that you used to catch me crying and tell me it was okay. I know you do. You have to, you know. And you remember when you would brush my eyes off and you would tell me, Daddy, it'd be all right. It'd be all right, Daddy. You know, these things go through my head. These things just play in my head.
Download the Domino's app today and become a piece of the pie rewards.
Every little thing about your life plays in my head. And what we had. I taught you how to. I don't know what you believe. I don't know what you know or what you think you know. But I was the one that exercised your legs to make them stronger for you to walk. I was the one that taught you how to speak. I was the one that got up in the middle of the night and changed your diapers, not your mama. It was me. You would start crying, and I would automatically get up and make you a bottle or change your diaper and sit and hold you and sing to you. Your mother didn't tell you that I sung to her belly every single day. Every single day, I talk to you in your belly, in her belly. Every day, I play songs. I play Creed. You know, and you don't know these things because she hasn't told you. She won't tell you. You know, I didn't expect for this to happen. I have been fighting for 2 years now. Almost, it's going on three. I've been fighting for 2 years to walk, to get my life back. You know, and I trust people too much. That's my problem. I'm always hanging around the wrong type of people because I trust people too much. And I think, it's like I have to buy people. I have to buy people and I have to do for people. And I leave myself out. Always have. Your mother didn't tell you that I took on all the debt. She didn't tell you, you know, I'm the one who helped her get to Atlanta to change her life. I'm the one who let her go to school because if we had a child, I didn't want her to struggle and abuse my child like I was abused. Because I don't know if it was the stress of raising children, three children, that my mother abused us. And I'm gonna say it. She abused us sadistically, you know. And I didn't want that for you. I didn't want you to hurt. I didn't want you to feel that freaking pain that I felt my whole life. There was things that I don't know if you remember, but you got to remember this. You remember one day you came over with me and grandma and you said, Dad, you said, don't tell mama what I tell you. And and I was like, why? And you said, Dad, mama gives me a whooping because when I tell you things and you get mad and you tell her and she give me a whooping. And you said, so please don't tell when I tell you stuff. Do you know how hard that was for me? That was the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing for me to do because you know that I would get on your mother about you. You know that I love you so much. You know it. And that was so hard for me. And, and I said, baby, okay, I won't tell your mother, but I'm going to be mad. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be mad, but I won't tell your mother. And you know why I did that? Because I wanted you to be able to come to me and talk to me. That if something happened to you, somebody hurt you, I wanted to be able to understand. And if they did, Lord help them. I'm not going to lie. Because if they hurt my baby, because there's some evil people in this world, baby. Evil. And I felt that it was better for you to be able to talk to me than me push you away with my anger towards your mother. You never heard that before. You never heard any of that before. And I know that, but it don't matter. Maybe that was my mistake. Maybe that was my flaw. Hiding everybody's secrets. And, you know, we had some good times. We really did. And you remember when I used to go get Little Caesars pizzas and stuff? You remember when we used to ride the bus? You know, I'd take you on the bus and we'd just ride around, stop, get something to eat, stuff like that. You remember when I taught you how to drive? Man, you remember when I was like had that little red truck and we would be like racing? Remember your Aunt Pat and we would race her and you'd be like, "Go faster, Daddy, go faster." You remember those things? You know, I have so many stories that you probably don't remember, and they play in my head every single day. You have been my heart. You have been my soul. And like I said, you gave me life. The first day that I held you in my arms when you was born, you had me. You had me. You know, your mother never told you about this, but there was a time, well, after she had you, you cried a lot. You just cried. You just, oh my God. You had a pair of lungs on you. I mean, you literally cried. And I could hear you down the hall. I could hear you crying down the hall. And I'd be like getting up to go check on you. And I'd be like, man, what's my baby crying? And so when they brought her into the room for your mother to hold her, and you could stay in our room for a little while, man, I had you sleeping on my heart the first day. And I always put you on my heart. I would let you hear my heartbeat. And there's a reason why that I did that. Was because I felt like that since you was in the womb in your mother's belly, that you could hear her heart. And I felt like that made you calm down. So when you was growing up, even like I said, even you was when we had you in the room, I put you right there on my chest, above my heart, and just lay there and let you just go to sleep. I wouldn't go to sleep, and if I dozed off, I made sure that I woke up just like that because I didn't want to drop you. I didn't, and so that's how you slept. That's how you slept. And as you was growing up, I don't know if you remember, that's how you slept. You slept right there. And I'd sing to you all the time, all the time, you know. And even when your mother left me, you remember when I would have to call you to sing to you? Remember when that one time we would watch cartoons together on the phone? There's so many stories that I want to tell you. So many, you know. I might not never get the chance. That's fine. That's okay. I understand. But that don't mean that I'm not going to tell you. Because that's what this is about. This is the leading up to for me to tell my story. For me to let the world know that you have always been my heart and you've always been my soul. And everything that I did was for you. Everything. I have went to extents to not let you feel what I felt as a child. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe I should have told you. Maybe I should have told you about your mother and Rick. Maybe I should have told you what they did to me. You know, you see their side of the story, but I kept it from you. I kept it from you. I wanted you to know I loved you, and I didn't want you to carry on that burden. That what happened with me and your mother. She didn't tell you the story. I know she didn't, but that's fine. I'm going to tell you. And if I never ever see you again, then that's fine. But you're going to know I love you. It's time. It's time for me to tell the world what I went through, what I'm going through, my regrets, and how I tried to shield you from a lot of things. Do you remember you was 2 years old, and I met your mom at Walmart to pick you up, and ooh, I was so mad at your mama. I ain't gonna lie, I was angry at your mama, but I never ever wanted you to hate your mother. But when I think back, you wanted to live with me more than you wanted to live with your mama. And you might not want to admit it, you might not want to talk about it, but you used to ask me all the time to live with me. All the time. I don't know what was going on because I don't know if there's some things you wouldn't tell me that I would be mad. But I know you would say, Daddy, I want to live with you, Daddy. I don't want to go back home. I don't want to live with Mama. So I don't know what that is about. But I never downed her. And there's things that you don't know or don't remember. But I'm going to tell you. She had 20 years, 22 years. Well, actually, since she was 9 and this happened, or all this stuff happened, she had that time to tell you what she wanted to tell you. But I swear to God, I'm not holding punches. I'm not going to hold it back. So you need to be, you're going to probably hurt, and you're probably going to be mad at me for saying the things I'm going to say. And, but you're older now. You're not a child. I think you can understand and handle it. And it's my time. It's my turn. And if you hate me, that's fine. That's okay. And that's fine. But it's my turn. It's my turn. And I'm going to tell it. I really am. And I don't mean to hurt you. I don't want you to be upset. But you're old enough to understand now. And but know this. I love you. I've always loved you. I hid a lot of things from you. I went through a lot of things for you not to know. I know you have learn little snippets of what I would like put out on TikTok or on Facebook now, but that's not all of it. That's not all of it. And the one thing that's going to be in my favor, there is one thing that's going to show you how your mother was. And all I want to tell you is think about it. Did I ever tell you to think of Rick of any other kind of way? Put that in your head. Think about it. Did I ever tell you anything bad about Rick or call him names? Now think about that. Let that sink in because that is going to be a crucial point that you're going to need to know and remember. Because when you look it up, I'm going to tell you, but I want you to look it up on the court records. Because I'm going to tell you, baby, when you see how what your mother did, when you see what she did, and you're going to see what my lawyer said, you're going to see that everything that happened at that court should have never happened. And you're going to see what she said about me, and you're going to see that they couldn't find nothing bad. I made mistakes. Yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'll continue to make mistakes. And I know there's one thing that I do need to say, and I'm gonna say it. And I know you heard of it. I know you have. I know your mama told you. You know, and I know it's on a video. I know it's on YouTube. I know YouTube gonna see it. I know everybody in the world gonna see it now. But it's okay. But I was I was going through a lot at that time. I was going through a lot. Um, your mother and Rick. I was. I don't know if you remember the day that I left. That I went to Mobile. I'm not Mobile. I came down here, and I was gone for a while to take care of my dad. I had a dying dad, and you helped me then. And but anyway, the scenario is I had a dying father. I went to go take care of him. I was fighting family because they were stealing my dad's stuff. They stole my dad's car. They stole all his stuff. And I had to make sure that his stuff stayed at his house. There was other things that happened in that situation that I had to like step up and fight against them. I even had to fight for them to not pull the plug. That's the honest to God truth. It's on record. It's on UMC record. You know that I had to stay in Mississippi to keep him alive. That's the honest to God truth. You know because it is in the record. The doctor told me this is what I'm going to have to do. I wanted to come home, but I couldn't because I had hope my dad would live. So don't think that I don't know why I did that. I don't know. It's like your mother blamed me, and of course, and I know that if I would have took you with me, both of y'all with me, then it would have been all right. We'd probably be together. But the extenuating circumstance that happened, I didn't know who did that to my dad. Somebody beat my dad. The doctors told me somebody beat my dad, put cigarettes on my dad, and tried to kill my dad, and left him there in his house for dead. So I'm thinking, if I take y'all with me, then whoever tried to finish the job with him, that would hurt you, hurt your mama. And I couldn't take that chance. I couldn't. That was the biggest chance that I could not take. I didn't want something to happen to y'all because of some piece of car or some house. I couldn't take that chance. But I didn't think your mother was going to cheat on me while I was taking care of my dying father. There's more to it, but that's just the gist of it. Your mother was cheating on me with Rick. Now, whatever she told you, I can verify this and back it up. Because there are records. There are records when I used to work at Mobile Aerospace and your mother used to come to see Rick. I worked there too. And her and Rick would be in the parking lot while I'm doing my job. And it was a good job. I loved my job. I really did. And I had to leave because they put it out there like that. They put it out there for the whole world to see. At my job, I started thinking crazy. But you know what saved? You know what saved them? What saved them was you. I had you one weekend and I was like, I can't do it. I can't hurt your mama. I can't hurt Rick. Because if somebody hurts you, how can I take care of that if I'm in prison? So I had to back away and walk out of your life. Because if I didn't, then I'd probably be in prison. And I would have never got out. So I gave up everything and I became homeless, working, doing work at the hurricane pickup, stuff like that. I did that. I left the best job in my life that I loved. And I made good money. I took care of you. And I still took care of you. But she just didn't tell you that. Nobody. When I was sending you money every week through Western Union, the child support system would say that's a gift when I say child support. So she's not going to tell you that. She's not going to tell you any of that. But it's still in the records. It's still there. Don't I kept good records. And everything that I'm telling you, you will be able to look up and you will be able to see. Because I keep good records. So don't think I'm lying to you. I will never lie to you. I never have.
The students Ruby, JavaScript, Ruby on Rails, and a front-end framework called React, which is used
That's what
for
happened.
rendering visual interfaces, and Flux, which is a pattern.
I couldn't take the chance of the people who did my father that way and lose both of y'all. But I lost both of y'all anyway because when I came back home,
We started
Me and
advertising
you,
because
we
we
went
really
to
didn't
go
feel like
take
we had
care
enough
of
sophistication, but we wanted
to
to make the
the
program accessible to everybody. So we
funeral.
came up with this tuition model where students
And
only
the
have to pay
night
us
that I
$10
lost my
as a
dad,
sophomore engineering
I'm
package.
not gonna lie.
The tuition model not only makes the course
That's
accessible
why
to
I
all
say
students, but reflects the competency
there's
of the
other
program and the investment
circumstances
that we're making in the student.
that go along with what I'm
It was
telling you,
really helpful in providing me with the structure and guidance
and
from writing small programs
it can be
to
proven
tackle larger projects by myself.
by
Yeah, I really
the
enjoyed our
arrest
recent
record.
project that we just did, which was a full stack project,
Believe it or not,
taking us
it
from
can be
all the
proven by
technologies
my
to back
arrest
end,
record.
including the front end, and we were
And
basically
if
required to
Mobile
build the
County
entire website in
keeps
November.
good
Every
records
single day,
of
it's not
when
just an activity
somebody's
to take
talking
us
on the
around and
phone,
understanding pilot the
and
concept.
I hope they
It's about
do,
actually
I
producing
really
stuff
hope
that
they
we can
do,
go out there
can go
and
back as
easily
far
implement
as
stuff.
that
And we think that experiential
and
learning
bring up. I didn't
is
think about
kind of
this
the
at the
hallmark of
time.
how you get
I
somebody
really
from
wasn't
learning
thinking.
very little to suddenly
But
becoming good enough
the
to
time
do
that she
stuff.
put me in jail,
It's like the coding monastery, right? You come in
that
and you learn
I
what you
had
need
to
to do
sneak
code
back to
for those
Mississippi
12 weeks. And yes, when you come
because
out, you're going to be amazing.
I was
But
on
it takes a
probation
lot of time and it takes a lot of
to go
discipline.
take care of my
We're always,
dad and come back, go take care of him and come back because I was on probation
part of being
for
an engineer is
something
not
I
just
didn't
being able
even
to solve
do.
the problem yourself, but learning to work effectively in a team.
And the reason why I can say
Sort of,
this,
collective
I had to
solutions.
carry
So
that
I was
shame.
preparing at my
And the
job
reason
for
why I can say this
during
is
the
because
busy day-to-day after
they
having
are supposed to hold you
foundation
when there's a domestic violence. They're supposed to hold you. You're supposed to be away from each other for 24 hours.
just my cohort
And
alone
this is the reason why I
is
say
40
this,
students who are now working
that
at top companies in
you
the
can
Bay
know
Area
it's bullshit
and I now have a stronger professional
because
network than
you just have to have a
most
cooling off
before
point of 24 hours.
We now have over 1,000 alumni working at
When
the best companies
she
in
came to
New York
pick
City
me
and
up
Silicon
with a
Valley,
bondsman,
and our students have access to those alumni. They can ask
exactly.
them questions that
Your
we can't
mother
share.
came and picked
The
me
alumni
up
network
with a
really is the secret
bondsman
sauce of that.
2 hours later.
Web development to project management. So they can get a lot
When
of
I made
insight
that
into
phone call,
what
this
is
is why I say I hope they keep records. Because if I can get all this now, when I made the phone call, I said, get me out of jail. I said, because you know I didn't do nothing. I said, why you gonna sit up there and do this? Why you gonna sit up there and say that I did something? The only reason why that, because the officer told me I was giving you a bath, but anyway, the officer told me one of y'all gonna have to go to jail.
But I think if you're
He didn't say me or her
be prepared to struggle with it.
because she put hands on me. I bumped her. I didn't push her. I didn't hit her. I hit her with my hips. But then she gonna say I put hands on her, and she was the one that put hands on me, trying to grab you because I had you behind me. And you know what she said on that recording? She said, "I don't know what you would do. I don't know if you would take our daughter and run with her and hide because I know that you can do anything you want to do because of what I showed her how to live in Atlanta." That's another story. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about getting back to my dad because he was still in the hospital. My sister was supposed to be taking care of him and not let nothing happen to him. They moved him because I wasn't there. My dad ended up dying later on. He had 5 strokes. But if I would have stayed there, I wouldn't have went to jail. My dad would have still been here. But I came to see you. I came to see my daughter. And you didn't hear this. You never heard that story. You never heard that. You never heard about what her and Rick did at the job. That what made me leave at that time. She didn't tell you about her cheating on me with Rick as my dad is dying, telling me the story. Oh, I'm spending time with my dad now, and because of my dad was like the way he was, I said, you know what? You need to spend time with your dad, or you're gonna be like me. because I only had 2 years with my dad. These are things you need to know, and you're gonna know. You're gonna find out that this world that your mother told you about, and I can prove it on my deathbed. I will prove it, and you don't have to believe me. You don't have to. You don't have to. But the proof that I present to you, it's not by me. It's by the court system. It is by the court system. So whatever she made you to believe, to hate me, that's fine. It's okay. Don't worry. But all I'm going to tell you is, before I die, you're going to know. And you're going to know everything that I did for you was everything that I loved you for. I didn't want you to go through what I did. I love you. In my heart. And you'll never know the sacrifice that I have done for you. So you can have a family. Something I don't have. You're going to know, and the world's going to know, that you was always my heart. So I'm going to get off here, and I'll try to go from one part to the next part to see how I'm going to tell this. But I just needed you to know some of what's going to come out. Some of the things that happened that, that I should have explained it, but you was a child. You didn't know. You didn't need to know because you didn't need to hate your mama or your daddy, and I didn't want you to. But she did the different. She did the opposite. But I never left you. You was always in my heart, always in my soul, and I got that journal to prove it. But you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out the truth. You're gonna find out. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I want to tell you I love you. Be my heart. Always gonna be my heart. And I just hope that you just forgive me. That's all I hope. But I just didn't want you to go through what I went through. I grew up with a lot of pain, and I didn't want that for you. So I took the pain myself, and you're gonna hear about it. I love you. This is the first of all my series, and have a good night. If she changes her mind, says let's stay on the couch.